All right, I wanted to remake this why I don't grow cotton video. I didn't really word it the best the first time. Plus, I thought it'd be kind of cool for you guys to see what it looks like after they've come through and pick the cotton. So I decided to redo it. Hopefully, I can get all the points that I made in the other video I made in this one. But kind of just the overall idea of why I don't grow it is it's just for a young guy, young producer. Kind of, don't have a lot of working capital. It's just really cost prohibitive to grow it. I've known a few guys around here that were younger that tried it and it didn't work out. One reason is you've got to buy a piece of equipment, the picker that's going to sit around all year, and that's all you can do with it. So if you're not harvesting a couple hundred acres, which I don't farm a couple. I don't even farm but 105 acres. So it just wouldn't make sense to buy one unless you were going to do a couple hundred acres of cotton. Really, this is what they pick up the bales with. Check out that spear, hay spear, huge. So yeah, I mean, unless you're doing a couple hundred acres, it really doesn't make any sense because with a combine, you got several different crops that you can harvest with it. And it's just hard to buy another piece of equipment for one crop. And if cotton was bringing a little better price, it might be worth it, but it's only at like 63 cents right now. Now the yield on this cotton out over here was pretty good. They had 17 bales. They have 2 left. They hadn't loaded out. They just left with 2 loads, but they made 17 big bales. The big bales on this 44 acre field. I'm not exactly sure what these things weigh, but I think that's pretty good. The yield is pretty good. Another reason I don't grow cotton is to defoliate the cotton. You basically have to have a self-propelled sprayer that's tall. You couldn't go in there with just a regular old tractor because you'd be knocking cotton down, left and right. So there always is the option to get somebody to defoliate it for me, but it's just more added expense. On top of that, if you were gonna have it custom picked, it's $65 an acre is the going rate around here. That gets kind of steep. Seed is $900 a bag or more. And I mean, just to be honest, the county average, last I heard, and this could be plus or minus some, the county average was sitting right at around 700 pounds. So if you do the math on that with 60 cents, and I've seen the UGA crop budgets, and these guys are spending almost $500 to grow an acre. So the profit margin doesn't seem too great. Now for a bigger operation that can do it a little more efficient, yeah, they're probably doing better. And like I say, I think this field did really good for the guy that farms it. But just kind of taking all that stuff into consideration, that's just kind of why I don't grow it. Plus, obviously, you're not going to be able to just go buy a bale picker. You're going to have one of the old basket pickers, and you're going to have somebody to run the module builder, which packs the cotton into the big square bales of cotton. So that's somebody else you've got to pay to run that, while you're picking. I mean, you could get off and pack it yourself, but you really need to have it going quick. But yeah, it's a lot of labor. Yeah, if cotton was $1 a pound or something, then absolutely that would be definitely worth trying. But from what I've seen the past couple of years, the cotton price, just like pretty much anything, has been low. Now, like I say, there is some ground around here that cotton just outperforms every other crop. Luckily, most of my land can still grow a pretty good crop of corn or beans, as well as any of the small grains. So yeah, it's just couple reasons why I don't grow it. I hope I didn't miss any points, like I say, from the last video, but I think that's kind of more or less what I was getting on, is it's just so expensive to grow. Just the whole process for, you know, for a small as operation as I am, it just doesn't make sense. You know, I can plant an acre of corn or beans around here with land rent for around $250. Well, it'd be double that for cotton. And I mean, if you have a bad year and you're, you know, putting that kind of money into it as a young, you know, farmer. I mean, I've been farming for 5 years, but still, you have one bad year and with cotton, and it could bring you down. So not something I'm looking at doing. So yeah, I guess we'll walk out here and just take a quick look at this. Yeah, I wish I knew how much these things weigh. They are huge though. Well over my head. This is what they look like. Cotton actually came back on them, but you can see how much the picker actually leaves behind, and that's a brand new picker, so that's kind of hard to believe. It's not so bad right here, but I mean, there's some guys' fields around here that you have to like really look hard to see if it was even picked. Some of those older pickers are just leaving a lot of cotton behind. This is not so bad, but yeah, these things are huge. I wish I had a weight on it so I could figure out. I guess I need to text the guy and ask, figure out how much they weigh so I could figure out. But I think this field did really well, considering it was, I think it was 16, might have been 17. Huge. All right, well, I just want to kind of make that video real quick. Not saying I wouldn't grow it one day, but you know, stuff's gonna have to change. More or less, price probably is gonna have to change. I don't mind paying somebody to do some custom picking, but like I say, $65 an acre, you know, a little steep. You better have a crop there, or it's gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt. So you see here, it's kind of, it's still green. I'm surprised. They defoliated it and it died back pretty good, but we not really sure why it's kind of held on being green, stayed alive. So all right, I'm about to go hop on the 4630 and get some tillage done, and thank you guys for watching.